Qwen 3.5 27 billion is here, and that is what we are going to install in this video. This is Fahad Mirza and I welcome you to the channel. You can see that we have been covering these Qwen 3.5 models in mixture of expert sizes for quite some time now, and they were quite impressive, so I have very high hopes for this new model which brings something special. It is an open source model with a hybrid architecture. So instead of using a standard transformer, it mixes two types of layers, a faster linear attention mechanism, which is called as gated delta network, and traditional attention layers. I will be talking more around it in simple words. For now, let's get the installation underway so that we could keep talking and discussing this model. This is my Ubuntu system. I have one GPU card NVIDIA RTX 6000 with 48 GB of VRAM. If you're looking to rent a GPU like me on very good prices, you can find the link to Massed Compute in video's description with a discount coupon code of 50% for range of GPUs. The tool which I am going to use for this video is llama.cpp. If you don't know what llama.cpp is, just go to my channel and search with it and you will find heaps of videos. Let me install it on my local system. I'm just going to git clone it and then I am making it and building the llama.cpp on my local system. This is going to take 5 minutes. So while it runs, let's talk more around the model and its architecture. By the way, for the purpose of this video with llama.cpp, I am going to use Unslot's quantized version. So huge shout out to them for creating the quant so early because the model was just released 3 hours ago. Okay, coming back to the architecture, as I said, it mixes two types of attentions. So linear attention is a faster alternative to standard attention. Normal attention has to compare every single token against every other token in the context. So as your text gets longer, the computation grows exponentially. Linear attention approximates this process in a way that scales linearly with sequence length, which makes it much faster. Gated delta network build on top of linear attention by adding a gating mechanism, which essentially a learned filter that decides what information to keep, update, or throw away as it processes each token. The delta part means it only updates the part of memory that actually changed rather than rewriting everything. Result is more efficient memory system that retains important context without the computational cost. So you can imagine normal attention as a person who rereads the entire book every time they need to answer a question. Linear attention is like someone who keeps a running summary. Gated delta network are like someone who keeps a running summary but is also smart enough to only update the parts of summary that actually changed. The reason why I'm spending a bit of a time on this is because this is very important to understand how these labs are making these tweaks in the architecture to gain as much power as possible with as low resources as possible. And that is why these 27 billion models are now challenging much larger models on various benchmarks. As you can see here, for example, you can see uh, that on the math this model is holding it ground very surprisingly well against much larger models. On graduate level reasoning, which is GPQ8 Diamond, it has scored 85.5, beating GPT-5 Mini and Claude Sonnet 4.5. On Harvard's MIT Math Tournament, again, highest score agentic coding, beating GPT-5 Mini. On multilingual knowledge, it scores 86, competitive with everything else on the chart. So I think key takeaway is that due to this hybrid mixing, it is beating models which are 4 to 5 times larger, and it is multilingual. I think supports more than 200 languages, which is quite interesting. The token context window is around 262,000, which is huge. It is multimodal too. It understands both images and video. llama.cpp is done. Now we need to download the model. So first I'm just going to install this Hugging Face library. And next up we need to download the model. So I'm just going to use this hf download command and I'm using this quant q8, which is going to save the model in the local directory. Now you might think that we are not using the full precision. We might also do another video, but the reason why I am going with Q8 is that Q8 quantization retains virtually all of the model's original quality with less than 0.1% degradation compared to full BF16 precision. So for all practical purposes, I would say you are running the full model almost. So let's wait for it to get downloaded. And the model is now downloaded. Next up, let's serve the model with Llama server on our local system. The model is being downloaded with all the context window and all those parameters. And it is also offloading to the GPU if you check out my actual command. And there you go, the model is loaded and running on our local system. I will keep this window open and we will just quickly go to another one where let's first check the VRAM consumption. So at the moment it is using CPU, which is quite interesting. It is going to jump up, so let's check it out. I just checked and it seems that it was unable to detect my CUDA version, so it is actually running on CPU, which is quite interesting. And I actually tried running a prompt too. Anyway, you know what? I will just let it run on CPU for a moment. Should be fun to see how many tokens it does. So I'm just going to clear it and let me run few commands or prompts. So I'm just using this curl command on my CPU. This is running for the last 5 minutes. Hasn't really returned me any response. So I think it is just going to do maybe 1 or 3 tokens. Let me show you the CPU consumption. It is really maxing out here. Really struggling. So you know what, instead of wasting time on this one, I'm just going to set my CUDA and then rebuild that llama.cpp. And recompiling is now enabled it to run on the CUDA, as you can see here. And if you want to learn more about it, just watch the other video which I referred to you earlier. Let me quickly show you the VRAM consumption. So it is consuming under 30 gig of VRAM with that quad. We can also test out the curl command on the endpoint. I'm just asking it a very quick reasoning question just for the testing. And there you go, the model has given us the response. If you look at this response and if I just scroll down towards the end, you will see that the model has responded fairly quickly. There are 19.72 tokens per second still, because also doing the reasoning, that is a bit low, but fairly decent for a reasoning token because the prompt processing was over 500 token per second, which is quite good. Okay, let's now do the proper testing. Let's do first the coding. For the coding one, I am asking it to create me a beautiful self-contained HTML file with an animated aquarium where there should be a school of fish, some bubbles rising, seaweed and all that stuff. So let's run this. It is running at the moment. And the model has come back with the response, as you can see. And by the way, it takes around 3 to 4 minutes for thinking. And this is a HTML file which it has generated. Let me show you in the browser. Let me reload it. There you go. Not bad. I would say that the outputs which I have seen from the models like Anthropic's Claude Opus and few others are better, but this one is not bad either. I mean, they have improved a lot. I mean, look at the different shapes of the ships. It's not responsive, but still, it is swaying. Remember, it is not an animation. It is just a HTML page. That's it. A simple prompt where the bubbles are rising and there is an ocean bed. And also there are some waves, as you can see. Not bad. Okay, let's try out a language test. So for the language test, I'm just going to go here. Now I'm asking it, let's make a test. I write a sentence, you write 3 different completions. So I'm just going to give it this in 1947 in Australia. Let's see what completion it does. And this time I'm also displaying the thinking. So you see the model is thinking, it is analyzing the request. And for some reason, I think that the model is running a bit slow in terms of even on GPU. I think it thinks very deeply. So what we are testing here is not only the history, but also the language prowess. And as far as I can tell so far, both are immaculate. because you can see that it is going through the historical milestones, it is delving deep in the history, generating the completions, checking if it makes sense or not, and then going with different options and going to select the actual one on the basis of this actual history. So let's wait for it to come back. It's been thinking for quite some time, and I just wanted to show you that you see it is going, check by check. So it finishes one check, then it says, okay, wait, let's do one more check, let's do one more check. So it is actually trying to be as accurate as possible, and this is something slightly different from even some of the Qwen 3.5 models, because you see even after generating it, it is just checking its answer. It says here, for example, it feels weak, and then also checking maybe user made a mistake. Let's also go through that probability, again revising the plan, again revising the plan, again adding more constraints. So I think Alibaba's Qwen team is now focusing more on accuracy, and now doing again a final check, and now eventually it is giving me the response. So first is correct, it is just going with the chief ligament, and then there is another one. Yep, that's also true. So historically it's also trying to get it as correct as possible. And not only that, it is also telling us what exactly happened in the hidden space or the latent space of the model. Even the third completion is spot on. And then it is also giving us the latent space. So accuracy, justification, I think they are targeting the serious market now. There you go. So looks pretty good. Okay, so I'm just going to clear it. Next up, final one, I'm going to check the multilinguality. I'm just asking it to convert this into these sentences. Now I'm also going to test out this model plus there is another mixture of expert model in a larger size shortly in another video with multimodality, so stay tuned. But now you can see that even, okay, sorry, I think I didn't save it, my apologies. I'll just cancel it. I'm just doing it on real time. So let's save this and run it again. I just want to check that for this straightforward task in terms of translation, because it doesn't really need to think too wide, and it is also going to tell us that the claim of 200 languages is true or not. But I really don't want the model to think for too long and too deep. So let's see if it is able or it is intelligent enough to think not too long for this one. Okay, so I will let it run and print those translation. Please tell me in the comments what do you think about your own language, as I'm unable to test each and every one of them, but few of them which I already have done before, I think it is doing a superb job. Somewhere it is not vernacular, but that is fine. I think still model is doing a pretty good job. And I'm covering all the languages from the globe, and if I'm missing your language here, just let me know in the comments. Happy to include your language in the next video. And it is even correcting itself. You see that for Hausa it has given us different one, and then it has strict to standard translation to logic. Amazing. So inline thinking is also there, and the great thing is that it is not really thinking unnecessarily for this translation task, which is really cool. It has spent some time on Kurdish. I'm not sure about this font, Amharic, but let me know if you're that language speaker. And it has done the translation. Now it is going to do the review and refine, and it is automatically selecting some of the languages, but I think it has already shown its capabilities and the model is shining, and it is going to spend a lot of time. So as I said, accuracy seems to be the focal point of the model. Let me know what do you think. I will be covering more models in this newly released model family, which was just done a few hours ago, and we will be also checking the multimodality in the next video. That's it. Let me know what do you think. Please like the video and subscribe and consider becoming a member. Thank you for all the support.